You can introduce everybody.
I would, while Nick messes with his
Wait, are we live?
We are live now.
microphone.
Oh shit.
Great. Hey everybody, welcome to Normal Thursday stream that is being taken over by Nick Calandra. No, yes, what?
No?
No. I'm just looking at the
Yeah.
I'm looking at the twiggling person in a lovely purple flannel.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Never mind.
Let's make a Jack Packard.
You know, wait. This character right here, this is definitely like, it's not just a bartender. What do you call like a fancy bartender? This is like a mixologist.
I need to do the Jack hair from when you were in the band.
From when I was in the band. That's a great hair.
What?
What? Yeah. Are you talking like balding in front, long in the back? Because that's how I had it for a while.
Yeah, this is close enough to Jack.
Yeah, that's probably what my hair would look like if I grew it out. Yeah.
And then that.
Oh, of course. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I am getting long enough to curl again. So yeah, get those curls in there. That's great.
Oh no. Oh no.
Jack, can you introduce people to what this game is and what we're doing today?
Okay, great. This game is Hotel Architect, and Nick is going to play Hotel Architect. That's all I know about the game. Because, Nick, you said you were playing the game, so I didn't do any research.
We are making hotels, and I'm making a Jack Packard.
Do you think I could get away with that hat? I would, like...
You could, yeah.
Could...
But you need to curl the mustache, though.
It's curly, look. It's curly. Chat, be honest with me. Can I pull that hat off? Can I do that?
There you go.
I would like to see you try.
Oh, here we go. There's Jack.
You know, I don't show much skin, but I could use some extra support. That's fair.
Oh god.
I think
the
I would
clown.
look good in
Oh my god. The clown. Yeah, wow, okay.
What else we got here? Anxious, a betting junkie, charismatic.
Anxious and charismatic.
Energetic.
The big combo.
Lost in thought. This one's perfect for you, Jack. Maybe become preoccupied with irrelevant things.
Yeah, that's I don't know what you're talking about. So in any case, how many buckets are in Dark Souls 1, you might be asking.
And what else we got here? Nerd. Yep. The clown, lost in thought, and a nerd.
Oh, perfect. They are saying, Nick, that you can turn yourself up. We've been having some Nick microphone issues where somewhere in his microphone chain he has some gain up too high, in my opinion.
Now you're pointing out and everybody's gonna hear it now. This is your fault.
100%. Well, there's music.
I mean...
there's also music, so there's going to be a distraction. So we were messing with Nick's microphone before the stream started, which is why his volume might be a little touchy-muchy.
There we go. There's the Jack Packard.
That's great, actually.
Not
I
bad.
would be really happy with this look in real life.
All right, let's build a hotel. Do you guys play? Have either of you like gotten into
there.
The Sims or anything
So,
like that, where you build
want to try
things?
your luck in the hotel business?
I
Say no
have
more.
never played The
My
Sims.
name is Anna, a self-proclaimed hotel
Never The
guru
Sims.
and
I
business
back
coach,
in the day, I
and I'm
played a
here
fair
to
bit of
assist you in
Sim
achieving
City,
your ambitious
but never The
goals.
Sims.
Okay.
Let me start by welcoming you to the
That was
Swedish
mostly
Hotel.
though because that was the only game on my high school computer.
Fair enough.
Let me fix my sound really quick, because I changed things and now I should be louder.
But do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? Like
Don't
a
listen
second
for it.
A second after Nick
I'm
is
over
done
here now.
speaking, you
Click
can
on my
hear the
chat
room
bubble.
tone, and then the room
Let's
tone
start by
suddenly
learning
shuts
how to
off.
navigate your
I
hotel.
think you just have
Try
hypersensitive
moving
hearing.
the camera to explore the location.
That is very not true. I was in thrash metal bands for many years. I have terrible hearing. What
I'm
I'm
gonna be
hoping
honest, I haven't noticed it
Well
for the
done.
past couple of
Now
minutes,
try
but
rotating
maybe
the
I've
camera.
just become acclimated.
Last
Maybe I
thing,
think this
you
is
can
just what
also
Nick
zoom
sounds
in
like
and out.
IRL.
I do emit a room tone.
Great job.
Nick's body
You now know how to
vibrates
move
at a
around.
different.
Well, it does when I'm
You may
drinking
have
Mountain Dew.
noticed.
It's just
There's
a different
active portions in
my
the
heart
kilohertz than
rate.
everyone else.
So
Yeah.
let's start. To create a new structure, you need to build
Okay,
a foundation.
never mind. I heard
Click
it.
on the highlighted icon
It's
at the
it's
bottom of your
very
screen
very
and
noticeable,
drag out a
and because I
foundation in
know
the
your
marked
setup,
area.
I know it's fixable. I don't know how to fix it, but I know it. But that's okay. We're
It's
just gonna
fixable, but I don't know how to fix it.
He's just
Yes.
got hot microphone energy.
Ooh, there you go.
Perfect.
There you go.
Now we want to split the room into two. Let's drag.
Look at
Nick
me.
is a
Well
devil
done.
for facing
Let's make sure
away
people
from
can
his
access
mic
the
too.
new
What do you
rooms
mean
by
facing
adding
away
doors.
from
Well,
his mic?
Place two
When I look
singular
this way,
doors
I'm
of your
looking at you
choosing on
guys
the
over on
highlighted
OBS.
areas.
My microphone's
Oh,
on
okay.
this side. So
Don't
you
look at us.
Okay.
sounds
Yeah, you don't
fine
need to
with
look
me.
at us.
Yeah, that's true. I don't.
No one needs to look at us.
No, why would you do such a thing?
Scary.
All right, well, let's get started here. Sussy
You
Guru
may be
2000,
wondering,
thanks for
why
the
are
tip
your
over on YouTube. It
masterpieces
seems
glowing
like the
blue?
sort of game that
Well,
real
that's
civil
because the
engineer
structure
would play
is
to
still a
make fun of
blueprint awaiting
architects.
construction.
Aww.
Time to call some workers
thing I'm
to
not an
carry out
architect.
your plans.
I'm assuming
in
this is
construction
more kind of
workers.
like
Click on the highlighted icon at the bottom
this is
left
more
and
Sim
choose a
City
group
like,
size.
where this is
Bigger
you're kind of
groups
or
are
like
more expensive.
Roller Coaster
Let's get the work
Tycoon,
done
where you're
faster.
trying to build the best
choice.
hotel for your customers
Shortly
and
after
like
you call in
optimize the
construction
flow
workers,
for that,
they'll
where
arrive
it's
at a
not
vehicle.
necessarily
For
about
as
being a
long as
good
you have
architect.
unfinished
I hope, or else
construction tasks
Nick
on the
is
property,
fucked.
The workers will automatically fetch material from the
Did you
truck
get to name
and,
the hotel?
Task by task,
Not yet.
finish
This
all
is
of
the
the
tutorial
work.
section, but then I'm gonna
Okay,
need to build
okay.
my own hotel.
Great. Great.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And-
First
based
thing
off
you
The
gotta
Shining.
do is put a poop right in the lobby near the elevators.
I don't know if there's a poop button. That may be in the debug code.
If there's a poop button, we could use some poop in the lobby. It definitely made our stay in Washington, D.C. significantly more interesting.
Snake,
Oh, yes.
Snake in the Garden says, not to nitpick, but the narration of the game is a bit loud. That is an absolute nitpick. I fixed it.
That's a fair nitpick. A fair nitpick.
Some nits
Incarnadine,
need to be picked.
72. Subscribed to tier 1. You've been subscribed for 19 months on Twitch. Thank you for that
Look how
subscription. We
easy.
appreciate
Look
that
how
support.
easy it is to install Floor.
That's not true.
This is exactly how you do it in real life.
You throw stuff on the floor and go, that's the floor now?
Yes. Just like laundry. Just throw it at the closet and it hangs itself.
Oh my god. Also, Incarnadine gifted a sub over on Twitch and gifted it to me.
I love when Incarnadine does that.
Incarnadine, you monster. That's great. Thank you for that support. Pure Pyro, have you ever gotten into Roller Coaster Tycoon games? That's
I
what we
used
were
to play
talking
those
about.
all the time as a kid.
Okay, so this
That
is going to
Zootopia.
be, I'm assuming, a game that Nick excels
Awesome.
at,
The structure
unless
is
you
Oh, no.
you failed a lot at
No,
Roller
no,
Coaster
no, no, no.
Tycoon.
I never played
Never
them the way they
assume
were meant
Nick's
to be
gonna
played.
excel.
Moving to
How?
and from their
Rude.
trucks to fetch materials. I have a solution
I
to
challenge
that.
you to Halo.
I mean, I'm also not claiming to excel at
You
much
can
of anything either, to be
materials
fair.
near your blueprint. This will reduce the travel
Right.
distance
I just want to
needed.
lower everyone's standards.
That's
Before
fair.
continuing
Let's
with the
keep our
vector,
expectations
let's place
at
the materials.
bare minimums here, everybody.
As the manager, I like this.
Gelden Yedich, thanks for the tip over on YouTube. The Steam Summer Sale dropped. Have mercy, Gaben. Oh no.
Is it that time?
And
Is it
walls
that
Already?
time?
Choose your preferred surface
Right.
materials and place them in the highlighted
I did. I just
areas.
picked up a handful of games for my trip out to California, and I should have waited. I ended up not playing almost any of them.
The
'Cause I
point
got
isn't to
distracted.
play them, it's just to buy them.
No, I know. We are supposed to be playing the games we bought. I am.
Yes, that's how it works. That's how gamers
I am
work.
going to. This is going to be my new, like hill that I will die on. Is like, hey y'all, we should stop buying games. We should play the games we already have and stop buying new games just for a little bit.
Alright, that means no more Dark Souls for you for a while. Because you gotta expand your horizons.
No, I just can't buy any more
Now
games.
far more
I can play. That's a game I already bought.
Well,
No,
there are
that's
so many that you've bought that you just have never touched.
That's really true. That's really really true. I should branch
it's
out a
time
little
to
bit more.
actually
I will work
by
on that. I will be the
zoning
change I
area.
want to see.
You unlock
Yeah,
zone-specific
we should all branch out.
functionality and
Just a little,
items.
though. Nothing crazy.
Well done.
Let's all play one
However,
game
the red
that
warning
we've been
icon
meaning
posts
to.
This
the
is your
highlighted
homework
section to
for
This
next
menu
week when
shows
we
all
come
the
back
items
next week
available to buy.
Thursday. Everyone, you just need to play. You don't need to finish. Just play a little bit of a game you haven't played yet, that you already own, that you bought at some point. That's everybody's homework
But
for next week.
What does play mean though? Does play mean finish or just load it up, play it for 2 minutes, and then that's it?
I specifically said you don't have to finish it. Like I'm gonna say an hour. You know, like an hour is to me. You should kind of have a good vibe for the game within an hour of a game.
Yeah.
Times like this, when you don't have any
I'm gonna
Oh
do
my
Citizen
goodness.
Sleeper
Just
2, I
stroll
think. I cannot
around,
believe
Okay.
I haven't touched
Send
that
them
yet.
home
Boom!
immediately.
I love that.
This is just like real life. If I
That's
don't send the
better.
construction workers
Only
home, they
call
just
in
sit there and
construction workers
take your
when
money.
you really need them.
Oh, that's really fun. That's really
As you
fun.
may have
Snake in the
noticed,
Garden,
pets
member
are
of the tip jar for
delivered
19
without
months.
sheets
Appreciate
and
that
towel
support.
holders without
Snake in the
towels.
Garden.
To deliver fresh sheets and towels to your guests, you need
Snake
to
also
set up
says,
a
was there
proper
really a
laundry
poop
chain.
in the lobby
For
in
this,
Washington? Oh yes.
follow the
There's
highlighted
photo
videos to
evidence.
inspect
Oh, yeah.
the
I
existing candidates.
believe a couple of us
All
posted
candidates
photos to
have a
social
certain
media.
experience level and unique
You
attributes that
specifically
will affect the
posed
quality of
with
their
the
work.
poop.
Yes,
Hire a
yes I
candidate of
did.
your choosing.
There was poop in the middle of the lobby of our hotel in DC, and there were hotel employees that noticed us taking pictures with it and just walked by. No one did anything. It was amazing. It was
How
amazing.
does this work?
Why did you take a photo? Why does Jack do anything he does?
I like this the attributes here. So the second most expensive person has a bad temper and a shouter, but the person that gets paid less is more positive.
Oh,
Just like real life.
Just like
Just like real life.
And the person that gets paid the most is a slacker.
Oh,
That's
hold
not
on
like
for a
real life.
second. Hold
That's
on
not
for a
like real
second.
life.
Cleaners
What
work
is the
all
game trying to
over your
say
hotel,
about
so there's no need to
business?
assign them to any particular zone. Besides doing laundry,
Is
No.
that something
cleaners
about
make sure to have
CEOs,
grills,
perhaps?
doors,
Hmm.
and items clean.
But they weren't even
As with
CEOs. They
all
were just
staff,
cleaners.
When cleaners complete a task, they will receive
Cleaners
experience
of
points at
every
speed
object.
that add up to
CEOs.
reaching higher skill levels.
Think
High-level
about-
staff generally perform better.
Think
and are
about
more
it.
appreciated among guests.
Let's see here.
Another
We are
important
over
part for
on
staff
Twitch here.
is the
Sir George
maintenance
Lucas
personnel.
with a highlighted
help you
message.
repair
Speaking of
and
hotel
maintain
stays,
items
we heard
and
something
water your
about Jack
pets.
traveling to
Hire
D&D
one of the
convention
maintenance
last weekend.
candidates.
Did you cosplay as Mr. Tumnus? What new D&D trinkets did you buy? Please do tell. It was not a D&D
While you're
convention.
at it, your
The Crit
receptionists
Awards.
do
Hey,
not
everybody, a
work
reminder
across the
that
entire hotel,
voting for the Crit
but
Awards ends
instead
this
within
week, and you should
specific
go
zones
vote
assigned to them.
for
Let's
me
hire
because
a
I got nominated for Best
receptionist and
Villain
assign them to the
for
reception
Latavia
zone.
Ticklepuss, and you can go vote for that. And
Excellent.
maybe
Items
Adventurous
will
Night
be
can win,
available
and we
for
could be
booking once
award
well-established
winning
reception
instead of just
zones
award
zone
nominated. We
with
are
an
currently
Do you have a
assigned
link
limit.
for that?
Yes.
This means
I
you
got a
will soon
reward for
notice
firing
guests
somebody.
arriving to your hotel.
You got a
Uh-oh.
rune stone?
Or for firing
That
somebody.
looks like a straight up tombstone.
Tombstone. Hold on for a second. We do have.
Ta-da! You've just landed your
Hey, everybody,
first
go to
guest
this
booking and earned
website
your very
and
first
vote
reward.
for Latavia
Exciting times are
Ticklepuss for
afoot.
Best Villain over at the Crit Awards. And so
we're
the
on
Crit
the
Awards were
topic of
putting
rewards,
together. It wasn't a
why not
convention.
check
It was
out
more
all of
just
the
a
objectives
a
and
kind of a
fabulous
hangout
perks?
thing,
Here you have an
which you
overview
know
of all objectives available
was
in this
interesting.
scenario.
I'll stop
Bonus
there.
objectives
I
are
did
not
wear a
mandatory to
costume
complete the
though.
mission.
I
Once
made a
you complete
costume.
the
Oh, do you guys want to
rewards
see my
that will
costume?
benefit you in the future.
Yeah.
I'll show you my costume.
Now
It
back
was
to
great. Hold
focusing
on.
on your
This will be
hotel.
fun. This is gonna be
As
fun.
guests have started to arrive,
I swear. No,
we
I
should
swear.
make
This is
sure
gonna be
to
fun.
offer
I swear.
activities they will enjoy. Different guest types. Let's buy a whack-a-stub machine. As backpackers,
A what
we love
machine?
these.
Oh, whack a
I
stub.
also recommend buying a boxing machine to place your sporties. Place these items in the reception.
Nope.
And have you ever
Okay,
seen
I'm
one of
here
these
now.
in a hotel?
Where's the costume?
It's right here. I'm not gonna wear the costume. That would be too.
you
That
the
would be
costume?
too much. But I will show you the costume. I'm a part of the
Awesome.
costume. So by the way,
Let's move
this is a
on.
great idea if
Crucial
you are
part
looking
of
for just
most
kind of a
hotels.
low,
The
like medium
restaurant.
effort costume. Medium effort costume. I think this is a great idea.
As you can see,
So what I had
your
was a
hotel has
button-up
restaurant
shirt,
zone already.
buttoned
To
up,
serve
and a
food,
little, and I got
you
some
will need to
name tags. And
prepare
on the
in
name
kitchen.
tag, I wrote
Let's
"human
create a
guy."
kitchen right next to the restaurant.
So that's what it was. And then when
Nice.
someone would ask me
You
what
can
my
pick up-
costume was, I
Make
would
sure you have
open
enough
my
space
shirt,
for
and
all
on the
kitchen
inside
items.
of my
We
shirt,
can do that by
I
demolishing
made
that
this.
inner wall to
Huh.
create one
Huh.
big room.
You can pick up
on my
people.
this is a T-shirt that I glued some felt to. See? And so I was a human guy mimic.
Wow.
It's a human guy mimic. See? That was my costume. So that was fine. The experience was an experience, but California.
The experience was an experience.
I won't get into too much detail. It's fine. I did get to see a couple Upright Citizens Brigade shows, which was really fun for you improv nerds out there. And I know there's got to be at least one more than me. I saw 2 shows at the Upright Citizens
Great.
Brigade,
Let's wait
and
for your
I will
construction
say
workers
that
to
there
finish
was
the
some
demolition.
good improv that happened, and some bad improv that happened, which is it's fun. That's part of it. And I got to see some old friends back from my Funny or Die days, and just hang out and catch up. So
That's
overall,
more
the
like
trip
it.
was pretty lovely.
Let's zone a kitchen in your new spacious area.
Overall,
Spacious.
Next, we need to
spacious.
compose a dinner menu for the restaurant.
Why
Oh,
does that
ew.
floor look
Oh,
dirty?
Yeah,
Dirty.
clean
I
your
don't know.
floor,
Selecting
Nick.
the
He's
You
restaurant
working-
just
zone and
installed that.
following
Why
the
is it already
rules.
What are
looking
you
like shit?
doing?
Ren Rubber Glove is working on it.
Oh, thanks, Rubber Glove.
We need to compose a dinner menu.
John Billy Wobbly says, improv
This
is a
is
cult,
your
and
dinner
yes, I
menu.
am a part of it.
Here you
100%.
Spot
Improv.
on.
$150
To
for
the
pea
left of the
soup.
menu, you can see which
Hell
items are
yeah.
within the linked kitchen to be able to
Now you're
prepare all
making
of the
money.
dishes on the menu. Now close the menu.
Let's
and
It's
see.
like
install
the
required
only thing
items in the
you
kitchen.
serve is pea soup.
Hell yeah. Pea
Oh,
soup.
by the way, I would go to a restaurant that served only one thing.
We did go to
It
a
depends
restaurant
on
that
what the
served only
thing
one
is,
thing.
of course, but yeah.
Yeah, we went to the
Like-
brat restaurant.
Well, sure. Oh yeah. Like in Milwaukee, we have Vanguard, which is a specialty sausage restaurant, and that's all. They make their sausages in house, and they only serve sausages. And I mean, obviously, they have fries and they have other things too. But I want a restaurant that literally only like we only make pea soup. It's going to be the best pea soup you've ever had, and you can't have anything else. I would 100% go there.
What would you want it to serve? Like, what would be the thing?
Oh fuck! Now that's a good question, Jess.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a hotel that served
Nice.
only one food, what
Now
would
you
it be?
just need to hire a chef and a waiter to prepare
Omelet.
and serve the dishes.
Oh,
You know what to do.
Is an omelet only
Yeah.
one thing though?
as long
Yeah.
as it
Is it gonna
comes
be
in
the
omelet
same-
form.
Okay. That's cheating. It's a,
That's okay. You're right. That's cheating. That's cheating.
I don't
All
know
right.
if it is. I don't know if it is, but
What I'm trying to think about is like if it's a hotel, like this is something that I could eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner because they only have one food item, right? How? Okay. Here, this might be a little out there. Chili. I could eat chili for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
You would be farting all the time.
Fuck y'all. I fart all the time anyway. I might as well eat something delicious. Also, they don't give you
Lovely.
mince afterwards.
I'm
They
sure
give you
your restaurant
Beano
will
as a
turn
little
out great.
dessert.
Beano. What's
Now,
Beano?
you're probably getting
Then
Oh,
if you
Beano.
have Beano,
Don't worry.
then
I'll
there'll
soon
be
leave
no
you to
more
let you
gas.
run wild. But before
And by the
doing
way, it
so,
works
I
phenomenally.
must show you
If you
cool
have
ways to
Beano after
expand
your
business.
after your
Ready to
meals,
level up?
as someone who, I mean, I fart. Everybody
I
farts.
think your building needs a whole new
There was
floor.
a
The
point in
first
my
step
life
would
in
be
my
to build
30s
a
where I went on a
staircase.
very strict, harsh diet, and it worked wonderfully. I lost a
Okay.
ton of
As
weight.
the staircase is
But it was very
halfway,
bean
let's
heavy. It
move
was a
to
very
the floor
bean heavy
above.
diet. And I got, real gassy and bloated all the time. Started taking Beano
Excellent.
immediately.
Adding
I don't know if I
more is
farted for a
great
month.
way
It was
to
great.
Expand your hotel without increasing its footprint.
It was absolutely
This
phenomenal.
enables you to add more
I gotta
space to
build a
accommodate
second
more
floor in my
guests. and
I'll take your
episodes.
word for it.
Big ups to Beano if you get gassy or bloated. Big ups to
Drag out a
Beano.
foundation in the
We are
marked
not
area.
sponsored by Beano. We are sponsored by Hotel Architect. But hey, Beano, if you want us to do a gas-heavy stream, you can let us know.
There we go.
Due to planning
I actually do
permissions,
have to
we're
work
only
very
able to
hard
build 2
to not
floors at this
burp
location.
on
But
stream.
I
I
assure you,
Oh,
future
burp a lot.
locations will allow
Okay.
Gotta
you to
confirm.
And I would say you have now grasped the
I think it's
basics
more
of
to do
becoming
with
a
like I drink a lot of
successful
carbonated
hotel
like seltzer,
my work
and I
is
think
done.
that just
sure.
However,
so it's not
before I
like stuff
go,
I eat.
I'd
It's
like to
just
mention
the
that you
drinking
now
stuff
have
with a
access-
lot of like air
now I'll
bubbles.
leave you with the objectives
it.
needed to
That's
complete the
fair.
scenario.
That's fair.
Good luck.
I also burp a fair amount. I do a lot of diaphragm talking though, and so my diaphragm is constantly undulating, and so I get little bloops a lot. Okay, so how's the pea soup
Yeah, what are
industry
we
going?
What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
I am building a second floor so that I can have more rooms in my hotel.
So so you're going from motel to hotel. I think that's great.
Yes.
Gelden Yedich, thanks for the tip over on YouTube. We do need to play the games we bought. I've been working my way down the top-rated games of all time on review aggregates out of sheer desperation. That's great. Like,
Good for you.
yeah.
But are you
We
playing
have-
them or just reading the Metacritic?
I assume working my way down means playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you just get a couple hours into these games and it's not your thing, now you know.
Now
And
you
now
know.
you can be part of that conversation. I think it's important.
I do have like what are they called? Collections on Steam of like these are the games you
Yeah.
absolutely should have played by now, and you should play them at some point. And I forget what's in there, but
Yeah. Yeah. You should. Yeah. You should. Yeah. We should reach out, even if it means not playing Dark Souls.
oh my
again.
god. Yeah, Hellblade 2's in there. It just
Oh,
occurred to me that I still haven't played that.
Ah. Okay. So there you go. There you go.
Good game,
I-
despite what people say.
Uh,
Nope, don't you do it.
I
It
just
is-
feel like I owe it to the first game to at least give it an earnest try
It is
because I
a-
like the first game so much.
It's a beautiful game with a fine narrative, but I think calling it a game might be a bit of a stretch.
That
the
I
ga-
will disagree with you there, but
The game part of the game is relatively lacking, but it looks beautiful. In
and
my
also
opinion. Right.
Metaphor Refantasio. That's another one.
Oh. That was the talk of the city. Before Claire Obscura 33 came out, that was the talk of the city. Metaphor Refantasio. And then Claire Obscura 33. And what's the new talk of the city is the Pillars. That's the new one.
The
that everyone-
Pillars?
The
Pillars, right? No, what is it? Am I saying right? What's the one Yahtzee's been going on about?
The Altars?
The
Look
altars.
what we
That's
had.
pretty close to
Pillars.
pillars. That's pretty close to pillars.
Oh no!
Critics
What?
are
I've got a
very
critic
important
coming to my
factors
hotel.
As they determine your
Uh-oh.
skill level.
Looks.
Is that the critic?
Yep.
He's got a little beret.
He's coming to review my hotel. Oh my.
Uh-oh.
I hope he likes pea soup.
That better be the best
Oh,
fucking
no.
pea soup.
My pea soup.
He's gonna try to go upstairs, Nick, and it's not finished.
He can't go upstairs because it's not finished.
Oh, yeah, well, fair. Let's see here. We have over on YouTube, John Brooks. Appreciate that tip, John Brooks. People are saying you guys at Second Wind are going to build a big, beautiful hotel, the biggest and greatest ever seen. And the escapist will pay for it. I very much doubt that.
Right now, my hotel cash flow is looking more like a Trump hotel cash flow.
Hadoo! We are using business analytics. This is not a political statement.
I am currently $1,000 ahead of where I need to be.
Oh, that's good.
But
No, then
my,
you're doing-
but my
then you're
cash
doing
flow, my
gangbusters.
cash flow is negative 40,000 though, so I'm screwed.
Oh my god. Get that
Oh my
cash
God.
flowing.
The tutorial set me up to fail.
Is your cash so
When
constipated?
visiting your hotel,
You have
clients engage
constipated
in
cash?
activities similar to those of regular guests, but are also granted access to areas typically reserved for staff. Compared to regular guests,
Let's see here.
critics
Sandwich
will
shop.
I
Yeah,
assume
sandwich-
this is meant to just be like
carefully,
generic
leave you with a more
blueprint-esque
detailed
flooring, but it looks like locker room tiling. So it kind of seems like you're just making
yeah.
a big
It's carpet.
like bathroom or something.
It's
here.
carpet. Oh, I forgot to make bathrooms. Good call.
Uh-oh. That critic.
That's how
is
we
going
get shit
to
on the floor,
That's why your
piss in his
cash is so
pants.
constipated.
That's how we get shit on the floor.
Yep. That's it. Oh, it was all part of the shit on the floor plan. I love it.
Yeah.
To me, yeah, it's very locker room tiles, very like holodeck-y from Star Trek. But I think you're right, where it's like it's just supposed to be kind of blank blueprint.
Oh, I saw.
Though
I
that-
saw,
Hi, Casey.
I saw a green arrow. Where's Casey?
That would be a lovely tile, like that blue tile with the bright white grout would be really nice. I think that would be like subway tiles.
Research 3 upgrades. Financial overview. Let's see this. Ooh, I can take a loan from a bank.
Pillars.
I got a good credit score though. Cash flow not looking good.
Not looking good.
We'll just look away from that one. Losing 700. My losses aren't good. I might need to take that loan. 1-star rating. Good.
1-star rating. Gelden Yedich says, but enough about me. Please share your favorite hotel stay horror stories. Or if you prefer the opposite, a favorite hotel
Wait,
stay.
I didn't even build that. This is just cement.
Wait.
It's just
Nick-
just this foundation. You were.
Did you? At first, I thought you carpeted the walls. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like the cement look. I'm a fan of industrial look. So I don't know. Maybe keep the cement and call it.
What is What is plastic carpet?
What?
It says plastic carpet.
Don't trust that.
I won't.
I'm a fan of industrial, so I say call it like hipster chic and just keep the concrete walls. I love that. Hotel horror stories. I don't know if I have any super horror stories. There was one time I was on a mini little road trip and just needed some place to stay, and I looked for the cheapest hotel. Like I knew I was going to sleep for
Uh-oh.
5-6 hours. That's all I need. All I need is a bed, right? I don't need anything fancy.
There you
So
go.
I went to the
Perhaps not
cheapest
best,
one.
But I can assure you
And
I have seen worse
I got
horror
into my
reviews.
room, and the room reeked of cigarette smoke.
Oh.
It was terrible. And so it's like, well, can I deal with this? And I look in the bed, and the what do you call the cover the cover of the bed had stains on it. Like I take the cover off, the sheets had stains on it.
Oh no.
Right, and but it's also relatively late at night, and I need a place to sleep, and so I just like, can I do this? I need 5-6 hours of sleep, and then I can continue on my mini road trip. And eventually, I decided not to. I went downstairs, asked for a refund immediately. The lady at the front desk was not happy about that, so I walked her up to the room and just showed her all of the stains and said, "Can you smell how bad this room smells?" And she's like, "Huh, that's so weird. We just had the cleaning crew in."
Huh.
A year ago.
Right. And so it was just one of those, like, we can get you another room, we can make sure it's clean, and I said, I'm out of
No.
this. I ended up paying probably 3 times as much to stay in a hotel down the street that was like an actual nice hotel, but
Yeah.
it was incredibly worth it. So that was pretty bad.
Did you got a 1-star review a few minutes ago, didn't you?
Excuse me.
Oh, Nick,
I mean,
did
I'm
the
just
critic
reporting what we saw here.
did the critic
Pretty
hate
sure
you?
he gave you a 1-star overall. But
Oh no.
he thought you had pretty good seating.
Yes.
That's what you're looking for in a hotel, yeah. That's great.
This is such a first world problem. They're like you have to have a case stand for your room to put your belongings.
Yeah.
No.
What are you gonna do? Put your suitcase on the floor like an animal? Some sort of place to put your suitcase is, I would say, expected of any hotel room. Bed, bathroom, a place to put your suitcase. That's all you need.
There, that will bring those curtains right there. Once they're placed in, that'll bring my hotel up to a 2-star.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
All right.
Those are some
all
nice
right.
curtains.
I do
All
need to-
right.
I forgot to put wallpaper on though.
Gotta paper it up. I don't know if this counts as a bad hotel stay, but here, this story I might have shared before. I was on a very long road trip with my 2 kids, my mother, and her 2 giant German Shepherd dogs. It was, summertime road trip. Kids were off of school, so we were going to drive kind of across the country, then up to Canada for one of my cousins. It was like an anniversary dinner, birthday party thing, and it was an excuse to go on a long road trip, and I love road trips. And my mom had a camper that she was staying in with the dogs, and I figured it would be a really fun thing to camp with my boys every night, because I do, in general, enjoy camping.
Okay.
And so across the country, there are things called KOA campsites, and these are super cheap. It's basically like a hotel, but for campsites. Where you can buy like a little plot to set up a tent. They have power and water running to it. They also have really nice bathrooms and shower facilities, and generally like some food facilities in there. But basically you are buying a little plot of grass to put your camper or tent on. KOAs, love them. Great for travel.
What does the acronym stand for?
I do not know.
Okay.
Also, it's not an acronym, it's an initialism.
Sorry, you're right.
An acronym is only if you can say it as a word. An initialism is when you say each initial. Does anyone know what KOA stands for? I do not know.
Killed on arrival.
Right? So it was our very first night. We had driven all the way. We had made it to like South Dakota. And it was our very first night, and it seemed to be a nice night. Set up the tent, get all the little beds set up. It is now nighttime, and a couple hours into sleep, torrential downpour, just a super storm. Which Dakota is worse? South Dakota. It doesn't have any of the cool stuff. Duh.
Wait.
So that's why we went to South Dakota.
Wait, South Dakota has the Badlands. South Dakota has
Wait.
Mount Rushmore.
No, I think that's North Dakota.
No, it's all South Dakota.
Oh, well then never mind. No, whichever one doesn't have the cool stuff is the worst Dakota. So torrential downpour starts snoring. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it definitely it wakes me up. I'm a pretty light sleeper. And so it wakes me up. I check, both boys are out cold. Okay, no big deal. We're going to have a muddy morning, but no big deal. All of a sudden, it starts, the wind picks up, and our tent starts moving. Bad. And the little protective tarp that you put over your tent to keep the rain out. The tent is getting picked up. It is that windy. And all of a sudden I have to make a judgment call. And so it's I'm leaving the tent. I'm pounding on the door of the camper, and I say, "Mama, we're bunking with you tonight." And it's a good thing, because as soon as we leave the tent, the entire tent tears open from the wind.
Jeez.
Yes. So literally opened up like a baked potato, just unfurled itself. So we had to spend the night in the camper. 4 of us and 2 wet giant German shepherds. It was not a fun night. So the rest of the trip, we at KOA sites, you can also rent like a tiny little cabin, and by tiny cabin I mean it is big enough for like 3 cots. And also it was pretty nice because you know what, we had our cots, we slept, we kept moving. So.
Oh.
Is it really Campgrounds of America with a K?
That's what Speakeasy is saying.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Hold on for a second. Let's look at KOA camp sites. KOA campgrounds. Let's see here.
So are we talking about hotel stories still, or just travel stories?
Well, that was my adjacent hotel story because no one else was telling a story. So if you would like to tell a story, please go.
Oh, July 4th. My
1972.
I would have been, I think I was like 7 years old, and we were out watching fireworks on Lake Superior up in Michigan, when I still lived in Michigan, where the Dorwall State. And we were out watching the fireworks over the lake, and all of a sudden, like, tornado sirens started going off. And like a storm had rolled in that without like anybody really realizing it, and it literally dropped a tornado that was coming right towards where we were watching fireworks, and so like everybody had to like get up and run to our cars to get out of the way of the tornado.
That's lovely.
Yeah. That's all I had for that story. I'm too focused on building.
We're telling inclement weather stories now.
What walls do we want for a gym? What are the walls of
a gym?
Yeah.
Mirrors. You need mirrors in a gym.
Or like that's where you can get your industrial chic on if you want, Jack. I feel like that does not look out of place in a gym.
Ooh, fair. That's fair.
We want wood floor for a gym. So when people drop their items, it just breaks the floor every time.
Do you have any sort of padding that you can put down?
No. Get on a hotel architect desk.
Right. Well, right, because like I think that would be normal as like a wood or tile floor, but then some like gym pads for stuff. Yeah.
There.
That's awful. It's awful.
It's not done yet. It's just it needs to be built.
Nick,
No,
it's awful.
I love it. I think that is the exact kind of thing that gym people would love. And
not the like teal floor with the blue walls. It's
yes. And then you need to put in like 13 televisions all playing the same news broadcast.
Yes.
And that's like any gym I've ever been in.
I got a singing
got
cod for
what?
watering plants.
A what?
A singing cod.
Why a what? Why a cod?
I don't know.
Why singing? What are you talking about? What is that?
Hey, get in there and make your bed. Bum.
Whoa, that's what you're for, Nick. They don't make their own bed.
Somebody asked if don't you need bathrooms in the rooms? Listen, I think there's one. Yeah, there's one bathroom downstairs. You don't need bathrooms in your room.
It would be nice.
This is a
0
1-star.
stars.
This is a 1-star
0
hotel.
stars.
It's a 1-star hotel because there's no bathrooms in the rooms, Nick.
You know what? Oh yeah, I got
Fake
fake grass.
grass.
Hell yeah.
Oh, put fake grass in every bathroom.
No.
That would be hilarious.
There's one bathroom.
What? This is insanity.
We'll put it right next to the bed. Let's make this bathroom like long this way. Yeah.
Oh, long bathroom. I like it. No, I like it. See if you can do it. That's fun. It's bad but fun.
Yeah, that's it. Just poop
I like that a lot.
poop out the window.
Man, I like that a lot.
Bookcase is in the way. I really didn't plan this out, so everybody's bed is gonna be right next to the
You
bathroom
don't
door.
say.
It's okay.
Nick is not an architect. Oh, here a fun hotel story. Way back in the day, several years ago, I went to Vegas. I went to Vegas with someone, and we were staying at their parents' timeshare. They had like a timeshare in Las Vegas, and part of the requirements for you staying at the timeshare, though, was that anytime like you had a guest stay in your room, that guest had to come in, had to go to kind of an introductory meeting, which was basically like a hard pitch to get them to also buy into the timeshare. So pretty scammy stuff.
Oh, they
Mirrors!
literally do have mirrors.
Well, yes, you need mirrors in.
These mirrors
in
aren't big enough.
Gym.
Oh, not the little wall mirrors.
Yeah, those big guys. Can you rotate them to go long ways, tall ways? No. No. Okay. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
This is what
That'll do.
This is what all of our money is gonna go towards.
But people are gonna love the gym. As soon as like the equipment is built, they're gonna love the gym.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, sitting through the little timeshare thing was annoying because like they pitch you hard and they like bully you not to leave. So that was a fun experience, but it was a fine, hotel / timeshare thing. Sink?
Would you stay? No, it's a water fountain.
Oh,
For
okay.
hydration. I can even put a gumball machine in here.
In the
Not in
gym?
the gym.
It's in the gym filter.
What? Why?
Why not? It's probably not actually part of the gym filter. It's just at the end of the gym items.
Right. Sir George Lucas, I don't know if timeshares are a scam, but it's definitely one of those like you buy into it thinking you're going to use it a lot more. From all the people I have never owned part of a timeshare, but from all the people I've ever talked to who owned part of a timeshare, they all have the same story, which is we bought into this thinking we would use it significantly more often, and we did not.
You know what is a really good way to figure out timeshares? That episode of It's Always Sunny.
Oh, okay.
Have you not watched It's Always Sunny?
Like you're starting to run low
I've watched
on
a few
cash.
seasons. I don't
No
know if I
worries.
remember that
You
specific
can
episodes.
always
I
use your
like the
cash
show.
credit
They
or
become
grab a loan from the bank.
timeshare
As
scammers on
long as
accident.
your assets are greater than your debt, you won't get into trouble.
So
John
when I
Blee
built the
resubscribed. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying when I built the bathrooms, I may have not built them correctly to put a door on them.
You don't say.
It's fine. It's fine. This one's gonna be interesting.
It's already interesting. That looks crazy.
Oh,
but
they're upset
because
because my workers just woke them up. Sorry, we had to build your bathroom.
Fair.
Yeah, I would be upset.
Okay. John Blee resubscribed over on Twitch and says, not to nitpick, but by definition, a hotel made by Nick ends up being the titular hostel by Eli Roth.
Oh. All right.
And
Yeah, that's true. Gal
What
and
else
I
we
text says,
got?
listen, if they're desperate enough, the bathrooms don't need doors. You are correct. You can just blast right through the wall.
If you're desperate enough, you don't need bathrooms. Like, just find a corner.
This is a one-star hotel. You can't expect too much from it.
Yeah, but we are trying not to be a one-star
Go into
hotel.
this- yeah. They don't know it's a one-star hotel.
We want
Oh,
this
they do when they
hotel
show
to be.
up.
We don't advertise that, do we?
If you just look at the foundation outside, you can tell it's a one. Hey, I got a 2-star.
Ooh, 2 stars.
Oh, Nick,
Body
can
wash.
you make it to 3? What? Wait, what? Body wash?
I don't know. I saw a section that just said body wash, and he had 3 stars in that.
Hell yeah. Oh, I got a guest review.
Sir George Lucas says, when moving as a group, how do you pick a restaurant where to eat with everyone throwing suggestions?
We don't.
What
Yeah,
is
we just
terrible.
go wherever's closest.
When we filmed Adventures Night Season 4, that was a time. Some people were upset.
It's tough, right? It's real tough when you're with a group like that. But yeah, well, like usually when we've been on trips, at least us here at Second Wind, it's like, okay, this is our option. This is what's closest. Either we're going here or everyone's going their own separate place. And then you either do or don't. What a nightmare in general.
Oh yeah, I got a ship wheel.
A
I don't know what I'm
ship
gonna do. I don't know what I'm
wheel?
gonna do with that. All right, this bathroom's about
Put it
to
on
be,
the wall behind the check-in desk.
This bathroom's
Right.
about to be something else.
Nice. Got a turlet. That's all you need. A turlet and a sink. A shower would be nice.
Not necessary.
Can you even walk past that sink to get to the door? I guess you could like vault. vault
I don't know if
sink.
these characters can. They're kind of fat.
I think that like that triangle is telling you it won't work, or I guess we'll find out. Interesting.
Well, at least there you go. You got a nice rug.
There you go. Oh, no, never mind. Made up for it.
And we'll you don't need a mirror. You don't want to look at yourself. Here we go. A nice big window you can look out of.
And that people can look in whilst you are
Yeah.
pooping?
Yes. And you can see it from here too.
Get out of town. Get right out of town. Let's see here over on Twitch. Pure Pyro. Have any of you seen any Penn and Teller show? I have. I've seen them a couple times live. I really enjoy their shows. Fantastic magician comedians. Penn and Teller. It's one. I'm trying to remember. Like, obviously, Penn. Everyone knows kind of what their shtick is. They kind of dissect magic tricks while performing them. They're really, really wonderful. They were doing this one. Penn was doing a juggling bit in which he was juggling bottles, but then he broke all of the bottles and continued to juggle all of them. And it was very, very impressive. And if you know anything about juggling, it is even more impressive because, like, juggling bottles is something that you can learn how to do, and you kind of know the weight of each bottle. You have like the same bottles that you're using over and over as you juggle them. But if you break those bottles, not only is it really sharp and dangerous on one end, but the weight is completely different every single time you break a bottle. And so he went from juggling bottles to breaking and juggling the bottles seamlessly, which is a really, really impressive thing, but doesn't necessarily look more impressive than just juggling bottles. And so something I remember specifically is the audience not reacting at all to him breaking the bottles, and then him having to like stop the show and explain why it was so impressive.
Yeah, that was a bit for the fellow jugglers out there only.
By the way, I was really impressed. Oh! But it's a quality
Can you
show.
juggle knives?
Can I
Have you
juggle
ever
knives?
tried? Yeah.
When I was at the height of my clowning, I was able to juggle pins, which is really, really tough.
Like
Pins as in,
pins,
like-
you mean?
They look like bowling pins. They're not as
Okay.
heavy as bowling pins. They're not as heavy or big as real bowling pins. But yeah, you call them pins.
So it's a
so-
ruse.
I could juggle those at the height. I can no longer do that, or I haven't tried in a long, long time. The knives
Can you
I never
juggle
did.
fruit of various kinds?
Yes, I can juggle fruits of various sizes. Anything, approximately apple orange size. I could juggle different fruits.
Could you
of
juggle
different
like
sizes.
one apple, one orange, and one something else that's a
Like
different
peach?
size?
Like
Yeah.
peach? Yeah. Oh yeah, I could do that. That's something in my wheelhouse. I still like I have my juggle balls. Like I have a couple pairs around the house, and if I just kind of am like on a phone call or bored or like waiting on hold, I'll still juggle every once in a while just to keep my hands busy.
Who among us doesn't have balls? from
Walls.
a previous activity hanging around in the house.
You know, sometimes you're stuck on a phone call and you're not you're just listening, and so I walk when I'm on phone calls.
Yeah, just
So.
I walk in circles.
Yep. So it gives me something to do, though it does kind of sound like masturbating. So is a complaint I've gotten before while talking to people, because it's slap 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 slap, and someone was like, Jack, what are you doing? And I'm like, what? And they're like, what is that sound? I was like, oh, I'm juggling.
Just
And they're
juggling
like, oh
my
my
balls.
God. Right. Right,
My balls a little juggle.
because all they heard on their
This
end
area.
was like
That's
like a
up to
slap
you.
slap slap slap
You
slap
can now
noise.
choose to
So
stay and further improve your hotel.
So I
Potentially
just want to say,
unlocking
I got my
more
hotel
rewards,
cash
or
flow
set to
positive
tackle new challenges
Hey!
and
elsewhere.
completed all the objectives. So now we get to go to Santorini.
Do you have to build a whole new hotel?
Probably.
probably, yeah.
Or I
Alright,
could just do a
you can,
sandbox.
You can do the bathrooms
Oh,
right
yeah.
this time.
Give me $500,000. What do we want to call this hotel?
Uh,
5, 4,
Yeah. Oh,
3, 2,
wait.
1.
What? Why are you counting down? What's happening?
Because you guys were
I
supposed
knew-
to go with that idea.
Oh no. Snake in the
I
garden.
knew he was gonna do
thanks.
it no matter what we said, so I
That's
just
fair.
I gave up.
Just says Snake in the Garden says, want to point out Nick's making a successful business. You did it.
I mean, Nick can't take all the credit. It's his workers. Those people changing the sheets and installing those horrible carpets
But you just said it. They're his workers. He chose those workers to make the successful business.
well, Nick is good at choosing successful workers. That's true.
Yes.
I mean, one, it's very true.
I just
I-
have one request for this hotel.
No.
Okay.
Make it so that you can walk past the sink to the toilet.
No.
That is all.
That's
If we could
that's part of the
concentrate
charm.
on make it more bathrooms than rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, have the lobby just
I'm gonna-
be a bunch of like a big bathroom with stalls
Yes.
like down each end,
That sounds exciting.
right?
Yeah. Let's see here. Darkstar, why don't you guys get an RV?
Why?
Because that sounds like a
want
nightmare.
to- yeah.
As someone who genuinely loves road trips and enjoys like going to places like KOA and just camping for the night, I think an RV is the stupidest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, you tell him.
Here's the well, and for me and my wants, right? Those things, generally speaking, are terrible to drive. Like, if you've ever had to drive a large vehicle, RVs suck to drive. It's not necessarily a fun driving experience, and it's that spork mentality where it has the aspects of both and the functionality of neither. Right, where it's like it's not quite a good enough vehicle because it has to also be a home, and it's not quite a good enough home because it has to be a vehicle. You're getting the worst of both sides. Whereas you can just buy a nice vehicle for road trips and then stay at KOAs, find cheap hotels for when you are traveling, and you will come out at a net gain. RVs are, in my opinion, a bad investment.
As someone who hates road trips, the thought of getting an RV never crossed my mind and never will.
I have put a lot of thought into buying an RV, is what I will say.
How did you just? Who are you? And why did
Yeah,
you just walk through my walls?
Whoa! You've birthed a fancy man, Nick.
Shit.
Your hotel has birthed a fancy man.
So do you get elevators in this? You got stairs. Foundation.
Foundation. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't understand RV life. Like, there was a time there still is a time where it's like maybe that's my retirement plan is I'll just buy an RV, get a good satellite internet connection, and live out of that, right? Like that's my retirement plan.
Your retirement plan is what you've just described as the worst of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and see, like to me, that's the thing where, like, I just can't imagine it being a good experience in the long haul. An RV. Whoa.
Oh, can't put those stairs yet because I haven't built my foundation.
Yeah, you don't have anything built yet. So yeah, I'm not down with RV life. It might work for some people. I'm not trying to yuck your yum. But also, come on, just stay at KOAs. It's so much cheaper.
I'm not trying to yuck your yum. Your yum is already yuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Sir George Lucas says, according to my sundial, it is now summer, so please reveal your plans. Water skiing at the beach, Hawaiian shirts and flip-flops. Turn down for what concerts, etc. Do you like coconuts? Sir George Lucas,
I love Sir George Lucas's comment.
Do you like coconuts?
I do love coconut. I'll start with that. Coconut's great.
Okay, in general, I've never been a fan of coconut, but last weekend when I was in California and staying at a nice place, I got some oatmeal with coconut on it. Some oatmeal.
You would.
One, I love oatmeal. Two, yes. I didn't I just saw it as oatmeal, and I love oatmeal. So it's like, oh yeah, oatmeal. It had some fruit and sugar and shit on it. I didn't know that they also put some coconut sprinkles on it, and it was pretty nice. It was the first time in my life I have ever enjoyed coconut. So I might be coming around to the coconut train. Is all I'm saying.
You should come on down to the coconut train. It's great.
In general, I have never cared for coconut.
Huh. Interesting.
I find it useless. But it was a nice crunch contrast with the fruit and the oatmeal. So,
I'm starting
so
to
it's
look like
fine.
a real architect here with an inside window and everything.
My question to you, and this is an important question, why an inside window?
You'll find out. It's a secret.
Okay. All right.
Sounds suspicious.
Because to me, it's like it would. I think that would just be needlessly restricting. You could instead have an open space to see through, and a counter.
It's gonna look. You'll understand when it's done.
Okay. All right. We're gonna trust. We're gonna trust.
I don't believe you.
You say we. I say speak for yourself.
The collective we is going to trust. Mostly, I'm also hoping that it's a big failure and then we get to laugh. So either way, it's a win-win. Either I get to be a supportive coworker or I get to laugh at your failure. Either way, it's a victory in my book.
It's true.
Let me delete.
Let's see here. Summer plans. I don't know. Listen, we're adults. We work.
Plans?
Plans, right? Right. Currently, there is a summer controversy here in Milwaukee.
What?
Which is we have had in the past here something called Summerfest. Summerfest, aka the world's largest music festival. It is usually like 11 straight days of concerts in this outdoor space from noon until 1 a.m, and there are a dozen plus stages, bands playing all day long. It is the world's largest music fest. COVID took a big bite out of Summerfest. Obviously, large groups of people gathering. So as they were coming back in a post-COVID world, not saying that COVID is gone, but the post-COVID reveal world.
Post-COVID reveal.
The post, yes, the post announcement. Oh no, Nick, you trapped him! You trapped your man!
Oh shit!
Nick, get him out!
What is this little narrow crawl space
I'm trying
between rooms?
I'm trying to get rid of it. Leave me alone.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a secret room. That would be cool.
Well, I am now.
Okay, so since they've come back, instead of being 11 straight days, they have been 3 weekends. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 weekends in June and July. And I think that's stupid. I
this
hate
the controversy?
this is this is the big debate amongst Wisconsinites at the moment, which is, do you prefer 11 straight days or do you prefer 3 weekends? I think if you do it 3 weekends, you can no longer call yourself the world's largest music festival, because it's 3 weekends of music festivals, not one straight music festival.
True.
There we go. That's what I.
And while I don't go as often as I did when I was younger, I think some people really liked that excuse of like, oh, it is a Tuesday afternoon, I'm gonna go see REO Speedwagon at 3 in the afternoon, and then like just hang around and vibe with other bands. And I liked kind of the mania of 11 straight days of 12 hours nonstop music. I think that's fun. And other people like the weekends because then they get to see more things and don't have to take off of work. And I'm always down for people taking off of work more often. So, in any case,
Oh,
that's...
the kitchen. This windowed room is the kitchen?
That's the dining room.
Oh.
Ew.
Okay.
So people are just gonna watch me eat? Get out of town.
No, you get to. Yeah, you get to watch people eat so you can see their food.
I could see. Okay, not something I would necessarily be into, but I could see this happening at like a bougie ass hotel.
I was gonna say, I feel like this is a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm down. I'm down. Not my thing, but I'm down.
I need to destroy
Let's see here.
another wall.
Are you gonna have anything but pea soup in this joint?
Pea soup. Pea soup. Pea soup.
It's possible.
Possible. So yeah, sorry, George Lucas. I don't know if it was. I am going to Gen Con. If anyone wants to go to Gen Con and say hi, I'll be there. So that's my big summer plan. Is I'm going to Gen Con. I don't know what else happens in the summer. What?
Nothing.
Right? You know, we're adults. It's not the same. Like my kids are on summer vacation now, and they're super excited. And it's like, well, live it up, chump. Live it up, chump. You're almost to a point in which you don't get summer vacation anymore. I have teacher friends who get summer vacation, and they love it.
I kind of don't like taking long vacations. It feels so disorienting when you come back from them.
Ooh, fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I've always used my time off to just take long weekends here and there. It feels so much nicer to me than like saving it all for one thing.
For one,
Like that's almost stressful too.
Jess, that is incredibly smart. I love that idea. I think more people need to take that into account. Just take a day.
Yeah.
Hell, y'all, if you got vacation time, just take a Wednesday off. Why?
Or like a
'Cause
Friday
fucking why
or a
not?
Monday. Like a 4-day weekend feels, to me, almost just as nice as taking a week off. But
Hell
then you don't
yeah.
have the stress of coming back to a bunch of work.
Yes, I love that. I love that. More people should be down with that. Just taking a day or two, some random time. No, oh, it's not Arbor Day. We're not taking off for we're not taking off for Arbor Day.
It's not Arbor Day.
We're not taking off for that bullshit. You know what I'm taking off? I'm taking off for me day. Everyone
you should. It's the
everybody
best.
celebrates Arbor Day, right? That's a normal thing. Yeah, that's great. Sussy Guru 2000 says, my retirement plan is an old boat and a drill.
A drill?
Yep.
Is that a reference to something I don't understand?
I think that's a reference to euthanasia. That is a reference to slowly murdering yourself with a boat and a drill.
Hey, you do you.
Hey, you do you. Pet Pumpkin says, "Yay, caught a live one." Hi, Nick. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jess. Hi, Pet Pumpkin.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Welcome to Hotel Architect. Going into our next one, Fungus Finder says, "I'm an hour late. Is this literally just The Sims?" It is
no.
No, The Sims is people. This is Hotel Sim. It's Hotel Sim.
Yeah.
It is Hotel Management Simulator, aka Hotel Architect. Nick is working on a bougie ass hotel.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be an expensive hotel.
I sure hope so. I hope he can deliver more than pea soup, body wash, and seating this time around.
Nick, how do you feel about a courtyard somewhere? Like some outdoor spaces in your hotel?
Ooh.
Somewhere.
I like
that out
that.
there.
For it.
Putting that out there. You got look at how much yard you have. How much yard you have behind your hotel. Make a little outdoor
Like an
space.
outdoor bar.
Oh,
That's
come
fun.
on. Come on, Nick. Be bougie. I'll be bougie. Squirtle Squad 420. I'd be interested in an RV when full self-driving works. So maybe in 50 years I'll get one. Obviously, like that would be a dream. But also, if you're doing that, just take a bus somewhere. Just, take a bus or a plane. Like what's the difference? If you're not the one driving, then what are you doing? Also, we still have a relatively decent train system in the United States.
We do.
You can take a relatively decent, not as good as it should be, but if you're not driving, just take a train somewhere. Think about it. Then you still get to see the countryside. You're moving at a leisurely pace, but you can just battery up your Switch 2 or Steam Deck and make a thing of it. I was looking into trains recently because we have an Amtrak that goes through Milwaukee. And it's been a hot minute since I've taken a train anywhere. So I was looking at where trains go. It's like, oh yeah, I could go some places, not many places, but I could take a train. Well, I was looking into it to see if I could take the train from Milwaukee to Indianapolis. As that's where Gen Con is. That would be cool. It's only like a 4 or 5 hour drive for me. But like, if I could take the train, that would be even more fun. I cannot, by the way. I cannot take the train from Milwaukee to Indianapolis. Which is a damn shame. I should be able to. I can take the train. I could probably take the train to Nick. Like, I could probably get to Kansas
Why would
City.
you want to do that?
I'm just saying, these are options. Like, the train goes that way. So it's like, I could go to St. Louis. I could go to Missouri, maybe. Like, have a dang old time.
A dang old time.
Have a dang old.
Is this the kitchen?
Yeah. Let's get in there.
Oh, that looked like... At first, it looked like a bed, and I was going to question why you put a bed into your kitchen. Wait, the kitchen doesn't have a door directly into the dining room?
Not yet.
Not yet. Heads up.
It's coming.
Wait, Gen Con isn't in Lake Geneva anymore. No, so the reason it's called Gen Con is because it was a play on the Geneva Convention because Dungeons and Dragons got started in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. It is no longer in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Here we now have Gary Con. Gary Con, a celebration of Gary Gygax, one of the inventors of Dungeons and Dragons. Here in Lake Geneva once a year still, which is a very fun time. The Gen Con got moved to Indianapolis. Got taken over by someone else. Let's see here. I learned something called, there's Dragon Con. Dragon Con's a bigger convention. There is a ton of conventions, y'all. A ton of conventions. If you are interested in nerdy bullshit.
Why do I need a toilet cubicle and a toilet when there's already a toilet in my
You need a
cubicle?
sink, is what you need.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I keep making the rooms too small because I don't know how big the objects actually are because I've never placed them.
Can you place an object first?
No.
Oh. I don't know. Fair. But so yeah, check your local train schedule. Also, like, there's buses, like there's Greyhound buses you could take if you don't feel like driving yourself, but like don't want to pay for a plane ticket. Take the bus, y'all. I bet there's some nice buses. How do we feel like bus technology has?
Bus technology?
Like our bus, are there fancy buses you could take?
No.
Probably. I don't know.
Right? I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably no, maybe.
We got balls.
Balls.
Gotta
Also,
have balls.
if you're going with a couple people, okay, here's an interesting thought experiment. If you are going a relatively short distance with a couple people, I bet you could hire a car for cheaper than airfare.
As in rent one or hire like a driver?
Hire someone to drive, so I'm thinking of okay, Milwaukee to Indianapolis, right? I'm not saying I'm going to do this. I'm planning on driving. But I wonder how much it would cost to hire a driver to take me from Milwaukee to Indianapolis.
Well, when I
What do we think?
visited you for the documentary shoot, my plane got moved, I had to I took the Uber down to, what airport was I at? I was trying to fly to Milwaukee and it got canceled, so I had to go to Chicago.
Okay.
And that was like $120 just to get there.
Well, that's Uber though.
Yeah. Oh, if you just want to, are you talking about just hiring a private driver?
Yeah, just hiring a private driver. And okay, so Chicago to Milwaukee Uber was 120. So if you had a couple people, that's only $60 a pop.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Too bad.
That's not too bad.
Probably depends
Indianapolis.
on the time of day you go to, though.
Right, and so it's I guess what I'm thinking of is I'm thinking outside of the box as far as traveling to places if you don't feel like driving.
I never feel like driving. Never.
Right.
I hate it.
And Fungus Finder says, what does Jack have against driving? No, I love driving. I'm a big fan of driving and road trips, so I will drive. But I also accept that some people like Jess don't like driving, and some people want to. Who was it that I heard? It was a stand-up comedian who was talking about they don't usually fly from city to city when they're doing their comedy tours. They hire drivers because then they can get all their work done in the back of the car. They can stop whenever they feel like stopping. They can, read or watch movies, or they can do whatever you want and not have to worry about driving. And so it's like if you take the train somewhere, fuck, you can get through half of Dark Souls 2 on your way to Indianapolis. So I'm just thinking outside the box as far as traveling is concerned. I love driving. I'm a big fan of driving. I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful Zen experience for me.
I feel like the more time passes, the more just anxious driving makes me. Like, people in vehicles, terrifying concept. And you just have to trust that everyone's gonna behave and follow the laws and not be crazy and kill you.
You don't have to trust
And you can't
anybody.
always trust people.
No,
Are
never-
you saying that
Don't trust
that
anybody when you
perhaps in recent events have caused you to trust humanity less?
Yeah.
What?
Not that I ever had much trust to begin with, but yeah.
Right? Right? And so yeah, it's things like that where it's fun for me to think of alternatives to travel because I think a lot of people do like I'll take a plane somewhere or I'll drive somewhere, but there are other options that are or are not as expensive as we think they are. Oh, Nick, can you put trees or bushes in those green spaces? That would be nice.
That's the plan.
Oh,
a good
that's
bush.
Hell yeah, love a good bush, y'all. Get some topiaries up in this motherfucker.
I'm
Anyway.
not very good about aligning things. I have a very weirdly shaped hotel.
No, that's very
You don't
modern.
say.
This is very modern. I've seen a
Where the
lot of
where the
buildings.
architecture doesn't
looking
make
like
sense.
that. Yeah, it's very angular.
Yeah, honestly, it could be worse.
It could be worse. You right. It could just be a box.
That would be boring, though.
Listen, like the only thing you need to know is don't ever ask me to try to like build your house.
Why would anyone ever do that?
Things will end up where you don't want them.
I think like it's for most of us, yeah, we would have started from that conclusion. But if we needed any more proof, if we needed any convincing at all, this would be it. I love it.
Also, I'm pretty sure this is not stable, but you know.
No, it is not structurally sound.
It's concrete. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see here. Leon Kierm says bad Dragon Con coverage? Question mark? I don't know what that sentence means. I don't know if any of us is going to Dragon Con, but I do plan on, like, I'm going to bring my camera and stuff with me when I go to Gen Con. I'm not planning on making anything in particular, but I always travel with. This is bad. I have problems. I have legitimate problems because I always travel with a camera microphone setup, just in case.
Yeah, that's not really a problem unless you find yourself compelled to use it every time you go somewhere.
No, the problem is I almost never use it, and I should just make my bags lighter.
Fair.
But I do like, what if? Oh, what if the perfect video idea happens here and I don't have the tools to make it? That is a very real stress of mine. So I'll be bringing some stuff. I think we joked the other day during a meeting about making some sort of travel log on my way to Gen Con. Is like set up a camera and a microphone in the car. And I'll make like a little podcast on my way to and back from Gen Con. Patreon only, because it will be me babbling for an hour straight by myself in a car.
I just want to delete these walls, but I don't like that it creates new walls for me.
What do you mean it creates new walls for you?
So when I'm trying to delete, I obviously trapped this guy, and he's being paid
Why?
for being trapped.
Wait, he has a
Yeah, what's
Well, so I was trying to make this open, but when you try to delete stuff, it makes new walls for you, and I don't want it to do that.
I'm sure there is a button just to delete stuff.
or just build a floor on top of it?
Oh yeah, also like that's the roof in there. Why is the roof there?
Doesn't? Oh, well, yeah, because it's not supposed to be there. We'll just build
Because it's not supposed to be there.
foundation.
There you go. Now maybe you can get rid of the.
But how's he
Walls.
gonna get there?
Hey.
You have to delete those walls.
This is gonna be something's gonna happen here. Oh, yeah.
This is
no.
insanity.
Oh, no.
I'm sure there's just a button you are
Get
missing.
to work. Build yourself out of there. There he goes.
No, they're building the roof again.
Fuck.
What? No.
No,
What are they
fixed-
doing?
They
No?
fixed it.
Okay, everything's okay.
But
Now can you delete those walls?
I want this wall.
Oh no. Well,
Nick, there has to be a different button. You are pressing the wrong button.
You're pressing the wrong button.
There has to be a delete a wall button instead of just building a new wall button. If there's not a delete this wall button, this game is fundamentally broken. So I do not.
Just delete and sell structures in an area.
There we go. There we go.
whoa.
Wait, what are you doing?
Look. See, when I try to delete stuff,
Don't be crazy now.
it builds new walls.
Well, wait. What are the other buttons in there?
This one deletes and sells all items in an area.
Okay.
This one deletes sells single object, but it won't let me click on the walls.
Okay.
This one
Delete
just deletes
zones.
zone. But I haven't
Okay, is
created
that-
a zone.
This okay. You will figure this out. I believe in you.
I will.
Susaguru 2000 says there's buses with toilets. Yeah.
Oh, I could just grab him and throw him out of the house, or the hotel. So we know that now.
Okay. Oh, and Susaguru 2000 says that Bad Dragon is an adult toy manufacturer. Gotcha.
Oh.
So the previous comment
Okay.
was whether or not it was not about Dragon Con, but about Bad Dragon Con, a convention for adult toys. I'm sure several of those exist, friend.
Probably, yeah.
And I'm seeing over in Twitch, Nick, and Carnadine says, enclose the stairs and you can delete the walls. You did not properly enclose the stairs.
He's. It's too late.
Nick! You have to
Yeah.
enclose the stairs properly.
What are you doing?
My hotel's going back to being one story.
This is insanity. Just
Sorry, I spent a
enclose
bit
the
more.
stairs.
There we go. Get out of here, workers. You're useless.
Just enclose the stairs.
Nick, you can't talk to your employees that way.
No, you.
No,
I don't have employees.
no, you.
I'm my only employee.
So you have one. You have one employee.
Wait. I
Yeah.
don't want to do this either.
Oh my God, Nick.
Hear that? I just want a hallway.
See, like John Bully, I don't know if you are joking, but John Bully says always travel with a lav mic just in case. I do too.
Yeah.
I have 2 microphones and a little action cam everywhere I go, and of course my here, this guy,
There we go.
my Zoom F3, which is like a little raw audio encoder that has 2
Jeez.
XLRs. This thing is one of the greatest things ever. By the way, for recording audio, very small, does the job great. But I take that with me every time I leave, not my house, but the state, or anytime I go on a trip, just in case. What if we want to record a podcast? Okay, well now I need to bring some nice microphones with me too. Well, what if I want to make a video? Okay, I have my phone and I have this little action camera. Now I need backup batteries. I need all the cables to connect it to my laptop. It turns into a whole thing because I have issues. And I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with it, but I accept that it's part of me. How about that?
I had
Accept your issues. Monetize them when you can.
Nick, Jess just came up with the greatest new T-shirt idea.
What's that?
Accept your issues, monetize them when you can.
I dig it.
That's that's 100% a shirt I would wear. Accept your
I
issues
don't
and
know.
monetize
I'm
them
still
when
a
you can.
fan of Take the More Piss Paddled.
Take
But like with an
Take the-
image of you in that canoe.
no,
Like, you
no,
have
it
to be-
has
Yes.
it has to be just that stock image of the canoers. That's what makes take the more piss paddled. If anyone wants to know what we're talking about, I did post this on my Instagram. It's on my Instagram. If you would like to know what we're talking about. I misread someone's shirt and then immediately went home and had to make the graphic that I saw on their shirt. Which was
I also still really like You Must Popcorn. Anyone remember You Must Popcorn?
I don't remember that.
It was the You Must Forge On shirt, but the original font had everyone thinking it said You Must Popcorn. And I low-key like that better.
That would be a great Rewind shirt, is all I'm saying. Like the Rewind, You Must Popcorn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nick,
What do you want?
what are you making?
Bedrooms and bathrooms. I actually made the bathrooms correct this time.
Oh, I see. I see what you're doing
Proud
there.
of you.
Okay. Look at
You've
you.
come a long way.
You are learning.
Yeah, just had to start from scratch. It's fine.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's fine.
Sussy Guru says, monetize your issues, recruit more pimps, more pushers. 100%. Always recruit more pimps and pushers.
I started out this hotel with $500,000, and my wasteful spending has been noticed.
Has been noted. Let's see here. Jumbly wobbly. I thought Jess was technically Jay's landlord. She can make him do the groceries. Do the groceries while staying with Ludo
do
in
the
exchange for the
groceries.
rent.
How do you do the groceries?
The do the groceries is a weird way to put that, Jumbly, but I understand the sentiment.
We both do the groceries, except sometimes I go by myself just to get drinks because I go through drinks so quickly. Like yesterday, I went just on a drink run.
All right.
But yeah, there are things I don't do because I don't wanna. I don't cook.
Because I don't wanna.
Jack doesn't microwave things.
I don't have a microwave, Nick.
Do you find that
You
weird,
don't-
Jess?
You're another one of those people with no microwave.
Ha! I'm not the only one that thinks it's weird.
You don't
No,
need
you
a microwave.
and Deeb Scrub are the only people I know who don't have a
You
microwave.
don't. No. Other people have lived without microwaves before. You do not need a microwave.
cavemen.
I said the only one I know. Okay.
You do not need a microwave to live your life. In fact, I would argue that your life is better without a microwave.
Jack, without a microwave, oftentimes I just would not eat.
Yeah.
I just would not eat anything.
This seems like a you problem. There are ways
How do you
to
make a
heat
hot
up-
pocket, Jack?
Why are you eating Hot Pockets? I am a
I'm not
grown-ass
eating Hot
adult.
Pockets.
I am an adult and I do not eat Hot Pockets.
Sorry. What was it that you had for breakfast when I was at your place? Cake, if I recall.
And?
Yeah. Mr.
And
Adult.
I'm an adult. I can eat cake whenever I
Adults
want.
can't eat cake for breakfast. That is true.
I eat cake
Children
whenever
should
I
not
want.
be eating cake for breakfast, but when
And
you're an
also,
adult,
Unless you're
it
an
was a
American.
carrot cake. It was a carrot cake, and that therefore healthy.
There was more frosting on that cake than carrot cake.
Oh, it's great frosting.
was it like a cream cheese frosting or
yeah.
like a
Yeah, you
Okay.
know
Yeah,
it.
it was a very unhealthy looking piece of carrot cake. Anything that was
Sure, it
healthy
was
about
not.
it was removed by the frosting.
No, I do not have a microwave. I have a stove. I have an oven. I have a little air fryer. You don't need a microwave. The one thing that is more difficult, which I do admit, is popcorn. But you can make stovetop popcorn or just buy big bags of popcorn. Like you
Stovetop
don't-
popcorn is better than microwave popcorn.
Stovetop popcorn is better than everything is better, not microwaved.
False.
but
Na-
the
name a thing-
convenience.
Time is not
I-
better.
the convenience is negligible. Like, what are we talking about here? What do you make? What is saving you so much
Jack,
time that
okay.
it's worth eating subpar
I need to
food?
give you a little insight into my psyche when it comes to just how lazy I am in the cooking department.
Be with
Sometimes
me.
there are microwave meals that call for you to take them out partially through the way cooking them and like give them a little stir and then put it back in. I don't stir. I will not even do the stir step. Okay,
first of all, this is purely a you issue then. You are the weird one here. Okay,
I know.
Great. Okay.
I know this.
Great. Generally speaking, any way that you can heat something up in a microwave can be heated up in roughly the same amount of time in an air fryer or on a stovetop, and it will end up tasting better. I'm not hearing any counter arguments.
It's just because it's so blatantly false. There's no reason to argue it.
Like I'm seeing people here talk about leftovers. Any leftover that can be reheated in a microwave can be heated up in an air fryer, in an oven, on the stovetop, and it will generally taste better. Heat up Chinese food in a microwave, it turns into goop. Heat it up on the stovetop, and you can add another layer of caramelization to it.
Honestly, just heating up Chinese food in general just isn't good.
Heat it. It's because you use your microwave, friend. You heat it up on the stovetop, you got yourself a whole nother meal, buddy.
I really want Chinese food now.
Hell yeah, I love fucking Chinese food. Pizza, leftover pizza, I'm okay with cold pizza too, but you pop that in the air fryer for a little bit, guess what turns crispy again? The crust, motherfucker. You put that in a microwave, you get
the crust, motherfucker.
You get floppy ass pizza in the microwave. Everything is better, with the exception of popcorn. Everything is better without a microwave. This is a hill I will fight for, not just die. I will fight for this hill.
I will not fight. I will die, but I won't fight. I will just lay down and die.
She won't fight. She's just gonna go eat Chinese food.
I love that. I will just lay down and die. Oh, and I do see in the chat here, like, I'm not saying that the air fryer or the oven is faster. They are slower than the microwave, but I argue that it is not significantly slower. I think if you pop in, let's take a slice of pizza. I think that's a fine example. A lot of people will reheat pizza. You put that in the microwave probably for a minute or two to make sure it is thoroughly reheated. And you end up with a gloopy, gloppy slice of pie that makes you feel sad. You put that in the air fryer for 5 to 6 minutes, you got perfectly melted cheese. You got a re-crispified crust. You got meats that's sizzling on top. You got yourself another meal. The extra 4-5 minutes that it took means you get a better eating experience, y'all.
I don't disagree with you. I think you're probably right.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all I need. I just needed you to say it right.
The depth of my laziness when it comes to cooking just cannot be overstated. Something about cooking,
Listen,
it tests me.
I am a big believer. I heard it referred to as something recently, and I'm going to repeat it. I think I'm able to without anything bad. But just know this is a term I heard recently that I personally subscribe to, which is calling it autism chow. I'm a big believer in making autism chow, and autism chow is basically meal prep. We make one meal that contains all the nutrition that we need. We make one big thing of it on Sunday and reheat it throughout the week, so we don't have to think about what we're eating, and it's easy to reheat and cook. I love that. That's why I love overnight oats. That's why I love Chinese food, because it's so easy to reheat. I love making stuff like beef and bean chili because it's easy to reheat throughout the week. Because I am also very lazy, but there's a balance between being lazy and also getting nutritionally balanced meals. Be with me here. Make your own food, everybody. Even if it's Nutri-Slop, which is what I used to call it. Nutri-Slop. It is all the nutrients that you need in a big pile of garbage of meat and beans and vegetables. Nutri-slop. It is something that I genuinely enjoy doing because then, like, I know what I'm having for lunch and for dinner all week because I've already made it and it's in the refrigerator just waiting to be reheated, not in a microwave. We're here, everybody. Sorry, this was a long microwave rant, but Nick gives me a lot of shit for not having a microwave, and has put up no valid argument for having a microwave.
The argument is just have a microwave.
Exactly.
I hate when I agree with Nick.
No, you don't.
Full stop.
No, you don't.
No, I think a microwave. Okay, like, is there no reason for? I think
I don't think you're wrong. I think everything you just said is correct. Basically,
Yeah.
I'm still not gonna put any more effort into my meals ever.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Gelden Yiddich says, personally, I've coined for one dish meals I reheat parts of later as bachelor chow. 100%. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We make a slop that is of nutritional value and tastes fine. And then we can and then we don't have to think about what we're eating for the rest of the week. I love it.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, Deebs, I already mentioned your lack of a microwave to everyone on stream.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. Deebs, I think Miss Harmony is also in the no microwave club. I'm seeing a lot of support.
Larry Piteman.
I'm seeing a lot of support for lack of microwave, and the only counter argument is it's what everyone else has. From Nick. Get out of town.
No, you.
You
No,
You know,
argument against that.
I have a kettle. I have an air fryer.
Oh, you have a kettle.
Well, yeah, you got to have hot water.
Yeah.
Speakeasy wants to know how I reheat rice. Important question. Speakeasy. Rice reheated in the microwave, very easy. Just, a little water in the microwave. But generally speaking, I am eating rice with something else. So like beef and broccoli that I get Chinese food, and I want to reheat that with some rice. First, I reheat the beef and broccoli, add a little water to a saucepan, heat that up until it's nice and hot, put the rice in with that, maybe add a little extra soy sauce or a little extra flavoring, and then the rice reconstitutes with all of the beautiful beef and broccoli juice. That's one way to do it. Or you just put it on the stovetop with water, with like a little bit of water in a pot, and cover it up until the water gets hot enough to make steam, and then it reconstitutes the rice. If it's not reconstituted enough, add a little more water. Boom, you've now reheated the rice, and it's perfect. And it's perfect. It's and you know what? It probably took 5 minutes on a stovetop instead of a minute and a half to 2 minutes in the microwave. Congratulations, you saved 3 minutes. Boom, for less quality shit.
False.
I am now being overly aggressive with it for the bit. But I do not apologize. I do not apologize. Let's see here. I believe in Doo Doo Man is giving us a speed to quality chart. Microwave on the speedy side. Right in the middle is air fryer. Stovetop is on
from
the
exhaustion. How does she collapse?
What?
The hotel's not even open.
Who is that?
Get up.
Nick, you're too sloppy. You made your maid collapse.
Poppy maid collapsed.
You made your maid collapse. You're too sloppy.
To the point of collapse.
Old sloppy hotel Nick. That's what we call him.
Oops.
Oops. Gelden Yedich, thanks for the YouTube tip. If minimal effort's the goal, slow cooking's great. Hell yeah, Gelden Yedich. Any sort of stew or roast or bullshit you can make in a slow cooker, love that shit. Put a bunch of shit in a pot and cook it all day while you're working, and you got dinner, and most likely dinner for the rest of the week. That's great. Love a good slow cooker. I currently do not own a slow cooker. I should. I should, though.
Wait, what did you just have? What do you have on your menu? Is it still just pea soup?
No, now I got meatballs.
Meatballs.
the combination of pea soup and meatballs somehow like really gives me the yuck.
It might just be meatballs.
No,
it looked like there was one thing on the menu.
Yeah, it's just meatballs now.
Just meatballs.
Okay, no, then I'm cool with that.
My kitchen is also too small again.
I would also go to a meatball-only restaurant. I'm down with a meatball.
There, the stove is in the middle of the room. It's perfect. My hotel is not shaping up great. I thought I made a very nice layout, but then every object takes up more room than I have.
Sure.
I need a bigger plot of land.
Fair. Or you could build up. You could put a restaurant on the second floor.
That's true. Staff member
let's
in a
see
bad
You
here.
could have had, there's a bunch of empty space near the front door.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is that area?
Expand the kitchen. Have the dining room open from the other side.
Back to destroying
You know?
more walls.
Keeper Dace over on Twitch with a highlighted message. My main argument for microwaves are frozen burritos. 2 minutes in the microwave or a half an hour in the oven. I'll give that one to you, Keeper Dace. I will 100% give that one to you. We can add another tick to the microwave point value. I'll give you frozen burritos. My counter argument would be you could make all of the stuff that goes inside the burrito, put that in the refrigerator or freezer, heat that up really nice, and then just have fresh tortillas, which last a good long time. And then, just assemble them yourself. That would be my counter argument if you are a burrito fanatic.
Burrito fanatic.
If you are a burrito fanatic, making the filling for said burritos would be easy to make
Fancy.
one big go. Okay, Nick, your sloppy hotel is causing problem for the maid staff.
She's been working way too hard.
Yeah. Yeah. You got it. Your maids. Oh.
That was a huge grunt.
Wow.
Oh, what is? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you upset that this cutlery is in your way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, now
you're
this is in your way.
making them work more.
I just pick her up.
Dusty Bean,
No?
Biswoo,
Cannot believe this.
Amazing. They are so upset at you, Nick. You're so sloppy.
As they should be.
Yes.
As they should be.
Sloppy Hotel Nick over here.
Look at this dining room. Okay, that's a little better.
It's getting there. You leave me alone. You leave me alone in my sloppy structure making weirdness.
My sloppy structure. Let's see here. Tempest does stuff. Have you ever tried Missouri pot roast? Roast beef, a packet of dried ranch, and au jus gravy with pepperoncinis. Oh, that sounds great.
Honestly, yeah,
Tempest.
that sounds good.
That sounds beautiful. I'm so down with Missouri pot roast. I've never had it. I love a pepperoncini. I like ranch, roast beef. This sounds great. This sounds
Yeah.
great.
All those things.
Snake in the Garden has a recommendation for the Ninja Foodie Max. 13 cooking methods. It looks like it's a air fryer, pressure cooker, reheater extraordinaire. The Ninja Foodie Max looks good. I have an air fryer already, but when that one dies, as all things do, I'll look into it. I also I have a rice cooker, a separate appliance rice cooker just for cooking rice.
Dang.
So we eat a lot of rice here. We like rice. So I just have a rice cooker, which, if you are a believer in the old Alton Brown saying, is you should never have you should never have a unitasker in your kitchen. Every tool should be able to do multiple things, except for a timer and a rice cooker. Those are your only two unitaskers.
What counts as like a single task, though?
So
Like-
there are a lot of like gimmick kitchen
Yeah.
gadgets, like something
Juicer?
like a juicer or something that is just there to shred meat. Like if you've ever seen those things where it's like, use these claws to shred your meat for you. And it's like, guess what? You can just use forks. So yeah, there's a lot of gimmicky kitchen items that sell themselves as like doing one thing really well when you probably already have something in your kitchen that can do that thing. But a rice cooker is just perfect at cooking rice every time, and there is many good reasons to have a rice cooker if you eat a lot of rice, and I do.
Yeah, I don't like rice enough to have a rice cooker.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Rice is a pretty big staple here. Let's see here. Convicted Ape. Convicted 00 Ape. Over on Twitch with a highlighted. It took me a couple times to read
Convicted
that.
of what?
Well, right, and then you see ape, and you go, okay, is this going to be like an edgelordy thing? And I don't think so. So it took me a couple read-throughs though, with a highlighted message over on Twitch. It says, "Hey Jack, you got me into D&D. Well, great, Convicted. I'm happy to share a hobby that I truly, truly enjoy. I'm out of a home game though now. I need a home game. My home games have wrapped up, and like I don't have a home game currently, and I'm getting a little antsy because a lot of times I test out what I do on Adventures Now in my home games, and so I need to start up a new home game, which I'm very
What is
excited
this?
about.
The staff room?
Yes. So
Okay.
that
Oh,
whatchamacallit doesn't faint anymore.
you didn't
Got
have
her
a
own
staff
fainting
room?
couch.
building. Man.
Oh my god, a water cooler? Why is he upset about Jules?
I don't.
About
does that mean?
jewels?
Yeah, I don't. Really
There was
know.
like a diamond looking icon, and then I don't know. He seems upset.
He was upset with it. Yeah.
They're always upset. I can't keep
Yeah.
anybody happy.
Well, you could start with a livable wage.
And a break room.
They have
So-
one now.
There we go.
Well, it's in the process of being made, but the workers are slow.
All right.
Speed up
That's
time.
fair.
To make this
Yeah.
hotel look good.
Dan Kurtz over on YouTube is bringing up an Instapot, and yes, get an Instant Pot or Instapot or whatever. Great investment for cooking. Great investment for cooking. Also does rice. Is also a fine rice cooker. Let's see here. Pure Pyro over on Twitch. Shout out to Stop Killing Games. Yes, if you've seen Ross's latest update video, I was very unaware that there was kind of a backlash to the Stop Killing Games movement within the gaming community. I can't even believe it. As it turns out, it seems, allegedly, to cover our bases, it seems that allegedly a prominent YouTuber was misrepresenting what the Stop Killing Games initiative was all about. And that
YouTubers misrepresenting things never.
it's crazy. It's crazy. And this is all allegedly. I don't know, but some very prominent YouTuber whom many people have discovered recently is kind of a big old doofus. Many people was a well-respected YouTuber, an up-and-coming it was hitting some big numbers, but then the more that they talked, the more people kind of understood that they were a big old doofus.
Tale as old as time.
Tale as
Or
old
as
as
old as YouTube.
Tale as old as time. So Ross over at Accursed Farm, if you check out his YouTube, Accursed Farm, Ross, who's been kind of the spearhead of the Stop Killing Games movement,
They're all collapsing.
because the couch isn't built. They build the couch.
Just sleeping on the floor. Go home. There, now their staff room is made.
Oh, good.
Oh, she collapsed
good.
again.
my
She
God.
found the couch.
Yeah, they found the couch now. It's okay. They collapsed before the couch was done building. They'll be fine.
Is he upset that there's no? Oh, he collapsed again.
Yeah. So in any case, if you haven't checked in with the Stop Killing Games movement, check out Ross's video. Check out the initiative. If you live in the UK, there's a petition that can be signed. There's some movement that has been made over there. YouTubers who possibly have ulterior motives were being disingenuous, allegedly.
Never.
Amazing.
It never happens.
And that never happens.
Oh, I think did my workers quit? I think all my workers quit.
Oh my god.
Maybe. One of your staff members quit your job. They all quit.
Nick!
The kitchen staff quit.
Sorry, Sovereign.
Deli carry plate.
The European Union, not just the United Kingdom, but the Europe. If you are a citizen of the European Union, not just the United Kingdom, there's too many initials over there. I do apologize.
We have just as many initials over here.
That is fair, and it's so many to keep track of. Those suites. Build a third floor. Go crazy.
Staff member resigned again. Uh-oh.
You don't have enough towels?
I
Oh
don't know
my
the
god,
towels.
Nick, you
What?
didn't give them towels?
I don't, this is why I
How
don't
are they
run
supposed
a,
to dry their
this
hands,
is why I'm in
Nick?
games media and I
Nick.
don't run a hotel.
Nick,
Nick, this is why your hotel's so sloppy. No towels.
Just use the toilet paper. It's fine.
oh my god.
Let's see here. Michael Rich 727. I am fully willing to put up with Nick's 5-star death hotel as long as it has Wi-Fi.
5 stars? Where are you getting 5 stars from?
Yeah, this is
Right?
like 5 stars. This is like 6. It's got enough towels for everybody.
That's great. That's great. Geldin Yedich over on... Oh, hold on. Nope, never mind. Fungus Finder first. Fungus Finder over on YouTube. Jack, what kind of rice and do you fry it? Recipe? Just standard long grain white rice. We eat a lot of that here. It's I have some picky kids, but rice is something that is easy and it goes with anything else I make. So just standard white long grain rice. I pop it on a frying pan if I'm reheating it, and especially if I'm reheating it with other things. So no recipe, just rice in a rice cooker. I do add salt and butter to the rice cooker. I don't know if you need to. You probably don't need to. I just do. Just a little bit of salt and butter. I think it infuses the rice with some flavor. I don't even know if that's accurate. I'll be honest with you.
Hey, salt and butter, I feel like rarely makes things worse.
Never, right? Never in the history of food will salt and butter make a thing worse. I just don't know if it's necessary to cook the rice. I do, but pretty bland.
I do love fried rice. Fried rice is delightful.
fried
Just
rice
like
is
white rice,
delightful.
though, nah.
Right, but like theoretically, like that's what you do with your leftover Chinese food. You know, pop it in a frying pan with an egg and some crap and some seasoning. You got yourself some fried rice. Hell yes. Hell yes.
You hiring more people?
Yes, because all the other people quit. Now I gotta build my thing.
Yeah, but you got towels now.
You got towels and a
Everything's gonna
break
be
room.
fine.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, now I gotta
Obviously,
build.
the only issue was the towels, or lack
No.
thereof.
I don't have any more floors. Why did you let me build more stairs then? Get those out of
You
here.
can't have a third floor?
I guess not on this hotel. I think I need to unlock it.
Oh, fair. Geldin Yedich over on YouTube. The internet's threatening to jump ship from 5e again. Have you heard of Daggerheart? It's Matthew Mercer's alternative for theater kids. I have heard of Daggerheart. Matthew Mercer, the dungeon master for Critical Role, has come up with, I don't know if it's just his or if other people wrote it, but you know, he's the one at least pitching it, kind of a Dungeons and Dragons alternative Daggerheart. I've heard some good things. I've heard some bad things. But that's also true of every tabletop RPG that has ever existed. There is no perfect one. The only perfect tabletop RPG is the one that you and your players agree to play. Because then you're playing a game. But I haven't heard too much about it. I am more excited about the MGDM tabletop role-playing game. I'm sorry, MCDM. MCDM is people who have made supplements for Dungeons & Dragons for a long, long time. And they are coming out with their own tabletop role-playing game called Draw Steel. And I've been following that development for a very long time, and the thought that they are putting into the gameplay mechanics, not only for combat, but for role-playing, is really, really deep, and I'm very much looking forward to the final version of Draw Steel. So that's where I'm pitching my tent, pitching my flag, planting my flag. That's what I'm I don't
Well then.
Words. What I'm saying is tabletop role-playing games really have me pitching a tent.
That's exactly how I thought you would follow that up.
Yeah. But yeah, Daggerheart, it looks interesting. It's tough. It's a tough space. It's a tough space. There was real big movement as far as Pathfinder, and specifically Pathfinder 2E was concerned. I don't think Pathfinder's ever going to take over because I think it's too complicated.
Oh, I need a laundry room. That's why
And
I
I think
have
it's
towels.
Oh, I also think it's
my
purposefully
God.
complicated. Pathfinder is there for people who want complicated.
I think we missed a bit border earlier from Sir George Lucas, but now it's gone, so I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was about hotel-themed movies.
Oh. I'm sorry, George Lucas. Let's see if I can
I'm sorry, too.
Let's see if I can scroll. Is there a way in the Twitch thing here to just...
If there is,
at...
I don't know about it.
Let's see here. Can I just look at chat settings? Let's see here. Review. No. Slow mode. Followers only. Subscriber only. Shield mode. Chat highlights. Oh, no, that just tells me what a chat highlight is. Sir George Lucas, just write it again and we'll read it. We might have missed another one.
Yeah,
which is
we did. That one's still there, though.
Yeah, speaking of eating bean chili, time to spill the beans. Is it true the latest Phoenix movie night was Hitman from 2007 starring Timothy Olyphant? It was not. It was not. The latest Phoenix tier movie night was... I will not give away what it was, but it was filled with tension. It was filled with...
tension, yes.
There was horror in all of us who showed up. There was horror in our eyes for a good long moment. And it was... I can't give too much away if you haven't seen it or if you're not part of our movie nights. It was terrifying.
Yeah, I got a 2-star review, but my sleep quality is 0 stars.
Oh.
Yeah, but that body wash.
But you got that body watch, yeah.
But the good news is my hotel's open for business and only losing $40,000 a day, so...
Oh, that's it?
There you go.
Nice.
Sandy says, Jack, you've created an amazing cyclical phenomena where you play test Adventurers Night material for your home games, then we use Adventurers Night content in our home games. Grinderbin is a staple. That's great. That's great. You know, that's how it works sometimes. It's always fun, and obviously, like I can test things out with home players, but it's always different with every different player. I've run the same map, 5 times, and it's 5 different games because the players do different things, which is it's the magic of the game. It's the magic of the game. But yeah, so as far as Daggerheart is concerned, Matt Mercer and Critical Role are big voices in the industry, and so I could see it taking a sizable chunk out of D&D. What the big question is like, can you ever get away from D&D? Can you ever get away from calling facial tissue Kleenex? Right?
Probably not.
Like, can you ever get away from the thing that everybody already knows? My hope is the answer is yes, because we always want to innovate and we want new things. But this current edition of Dungeons and Dragons, I think, jokingly, it's being called 5.5. And like, this is part of that cycle where will Dungeons and Dragons 6.0 be another gigantic boon to the hobby and to the industry? Maybe, maybe not. Or is it splintered now, like it splintered when 4.0 came out, and we got the first Pathfinder splinter. Now we have the second Pathfinder splinter. So, anyway.
Well, in that case, I
Yeah.
ended the stream with a functioning hotel.
Hey, your staff is currently not rioting.
Yeah.
A lot
Excellent.
of things you don't think about when building a hotel. Like, you need a laundry room because people need to change their sheets.
You need a staff room so your staff doesn't fall asleep in the dining room. Yeah.
In this area, I don't know what this is gonna be, but it's a thing, and there's a window to it.
Communal showers.
Yes, with an open window.
Oh, a pool.
With an open window so all the perverts can watch and eat.
Nick Grumble says murder room.
Or a murder room.
It's just a
That works
concrete.
too.
It's just a concrete slab right now.
These are all the options.
But what I
love
was
it.
gonna do is make this a new hallway to the cheaper rooms back here.
Oh.
So you have even though these rooms should probably be the
That's a
nicer rooms
big
with the
ass
windows.
room.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
Bezos
here's-
needs a big room like that.
Here's my problem with this, Nick. Here's
What?
my problem with this. This is similar to the first class problem in airplanes, in which you are forcing all of the poor people to walk past the nice rooms.
Yes, that's
And
that's to
therefore-
get them to upgrade to see what they're missing out on.
Oh, okay, but also, like, if I'm a rich boy and staying in the nice room, I don't want all those pores to walk past me. Ew.
Also, who just dropped their towel on the ground? What an asshole! On the stairs, even. Somebody's gonna
Oh my
die.
god. Oh my god.
I think you get a 1-star in your hotel if somebody dies in it.
Oh wait,
Oh,
someone's
whoa.
walking.
Okay.
Oh, okay, he's fine. He's fine.
He did not care about that towel.
Is this the bougie guy? This is the bougie guy.
It is.
Oh,
Wow.
Bougie.
And he's going
He
right to
totally
the
would have
shitter.
cared about that towel. Yeah, straight to the bathroom. Relatable.
Oh, look at him.
Whoa.
First of all, grrr. Adding to Jack's problem, this hotel has no televisions, and even worse, I see no hotel breakfast. No hotel breakfast.
This hotel breakfast
A
right here.
breakfast can add 2 stars easy. It does have a dining room.
And a nice kitchen. Look at this kitchen.
It does have a
So
yeah,
nice.
so nice.
Lots
That
of
is
room
a
for
kitchen.
activities.
Is that kitchen right next to the front door, though? Do you walk past the kitchen as you are walking in?
Yes.
That's
That's pretty normal at a hotel.
Yeah, that's not that weird.
Not the kitchen. Like, you walk past the dining room, but you are walking past, like, the ovens and crap.
Well, this will be the new big dining
But there's
room back here.
should be a wall there, right?
There is a wall there.
Like,
It's half textured even.
but
I would
I
think
mean, like,
I would think you should have a door so random people can't run into the kitchen and rub their junk on your hamburger.
That's what
While it's
gives it
cooking.
texture. That's why it's called chuck meat.
Great.
All right. Well, it is
Well.
2:00, and this time flew by playing this one. I personally love these types of management games, like 2-point games, RTS games where I send people to battle. That's always fun.
Sure, where you get to be the conductor and watch all
Yes.
your minions do your bidding.
But the true story is that I am no architect. Because there's a lot
You
of things
don't
that don't
say.
make sense, like this door, when there's just an
Correct.
opening here.
That does not make any sense.
Why is that opening there? Why is that there?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
And now you can't see the kitchen from the front door. No one can
Thank
go
you.
rub their junk on the hamburgers.
Thank you. Final dono, Sussy Guru 2000. That's how you get extra cheese on your burger, though.
No.
Yahoo!
Frank
Oh.
Reynolds approves.
Let's see. So we're gonna wrap it up, and we're trying to get better at remembering to raid other streams. Who's
Oh
streaming?
yeah, that's a thing we can do.
Ooh, is Min-Max on?
Who we raiding? Who we
Let's
raiding?
see.
Go to Twitch. Who we raiding? Jenna is currently streaming Pipistrello.
Let's raid
see.
We
Jenna.
got Jenna. We got extra
Okay.
credits. We
Extra
got
credits.
Second Wind is currently streaming.
Second win is currently.
Who is
Let's
that?
raid us.
I won't. I won't forget the underscore this time.
Hey,
I promise.
The
she's happy.
The
Jenna.
underscore Jenna.
All right. Well, of course, thank you to Hotel Architect for sponsoring this stream and the publishers. We will be wrapping up today with this. Is there any other streams today? You guys aren't. Well, this was your stream. I took your stream.
Is there Firelink
Yeah.
today?
Yes, there is Firelink today. Today's Thursday. Yes, there's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff going on.
today is Thursday.
So yes.
You know that podcast you do on Thursdays?
Yes,
No.
and there's an RPG help desk in a little bit. Jesse will be back on Twitch only for an RPG help desk.
Woo.
Hey,
Yeah,
meatballs.
Firelinks later. And meatballs. All right. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.